Hey, hey, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining this afternoon.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so as always, we'll let people kind of trickle on in. Give us about a minute or so here with Amanda and Alana and Felisa. And so most important thing, we're going to pop a link in the chat. Please make sure that you join our lesson. It's the best way to experience this webinar. And then we'll get rocking and rolling here. Again, in the meantime, feel free to introduce yourself, tell us your last day of school, whatever you want in the chat, right? It's always good to see where people are joining us from. So we're already at over 100 folks and still growing. So again, we're going to let this just go for another couple minutes. But top thing right now is to join that lesson so we can make this as interactive as possible. Turn off the audio here.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. This is a PD party.
Right. All right. Everyone is excited and happy. It's the end of the school year. We are ready to just let our hair down and just party to end the school year.
So good. Thank you
I
for
see.
that's all. All right. So again, just as a reminder, there's a link in the chat. Amanda's going to keep on throwing it in there. If you just joined us, if you've never ever been to a Quizizz webinar, you don't have to join the link. You can just kind of hang out and enjoy the show. But you're going to see that by joining the lesson, you get to interact with us, answer questions. We're going to do a bunch of giveaways, and the only way to win the giveaway is to be in the lesson because we spin this little wheel of fun. At the end, we're going to give away a certificate of participation that's going to be embedded. So again, if possible, please join the lesson. We understand that some people are on their phones and so on and so forth, or maybe driving home from their last day of school and it's just not possible. But if you are able, please do join that lesson. We'll give everyone another minute or so, then get going. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Felisa.
Oh, no worries. I was just going to say, I see friends from all over. We have Eastern Pennsylvania in the house. We have Iowa in the house, Kyle. They are definitely excited to end the school year. San Antonio, Texas. Welcome, everyone.
I saw a howdy from Texas too. Howdy. I love that. I'm from New Jersey, but I want to start saying howdy. Kyle, can we do that?
Whenever
Let's
you want.
say howdy to New Jersey, Kyle. Me and you, we could do it. Okay?
Hey guys, I see a lot of people asking for the link to be sent again. It's just going up so far because people are saying hello so frequently. So it's going in as fast as I can. But a lot of folks are just saying, I don't see it, I don't see it. But I'm throwing it in as many times as possible. Also to Kyle, the other couple ways they could join, even if after we begin, right, the link or the join code will stay in the corner of the screen. So
Cool. Shall we? All right, we are going to start in 10 seconds. Again, if you have not joined yet, no worries. You can always join late, which is one of the benefits of a Quizizz lesson, Quizizz quiz. You can join at any point. All right, but let's do this here. All right, I'm going to hit start, and then I'll go over again. If you've never done a Quizizz lesson, we'll go over all this with you so you can, make it as amazing as possible. 150 folks here. It's amazing. All right, so officially now we are beginning. Welcome, welcome to our summer. School is out, summer PD party. I know for most of you, school is out. I know for some of you, I'm sure it's a couple more days, but thank you for hanging out with us and joining us. We hope that you leave here today with a lot of, really cool things for the summer to think about or even back to school. So here's what we got. Here's our agenda for today. We'll just do a quick intro. We're going to show you some of the top 5. We kind of ranked from the last 5 months, the top 5 things happening with Quizizz AI in case you haven't seen them. We want to show you a couple new launches that have just come out because we are more than just quizzes. Accommodations, which is near and dear to my heart, and show you a little bit about that. And then if any time is left, we'll have a Q&A. But ultimately, of course, in the chat throughout the entire thing, please do ask whatever questions you want. And there'll be giveaways. So let me explain the giveaway too. So we're going to give away 6 items today. 5 of them being a gift card to our swag shop, which is pretty incredible. At the halfway point, we'll spin the wheel twice, and then we'll also have an opportunity for people to share on social media, and we'll pick one winner from there. And then at the very end of the webinar, same thing, we'll spin the wheel 2 more times. And for the very, very final giveaway, we have the coveted Quizizz Stanley that's been going, I don't know if I want to say viral, but it's been very, very popular. And we want to make sure we give one of those away to one lucky winner as well. So definitely please stay towards the end, and we'll also give you a certificate for hanging out with us. So let me introduce us, who you're hanging out with. So I am Kyle Nemus, head of community. Along with me today, we have Alana Colabella, our community manager. And then we have Felisa Ford, our professional learning specialist here at Quizizz, and Amanda is manning the chat. All right, so if you've never done a Quizizz webinar, here's what we always recommend. And I know it's not always possible. There's going to be the Zoom screen, which you can hopefully see me talking on, and then there's going to be a screen that we're sharing the Quizizz lesson. So a lot of people like to do 2 tabs, or they do one on their phone. Honestly, if you've already probably joined the lesson, it's going to be just beneficial maybe just to kind of bounce back and forth a little bit so you can answer those questions. So, Felisa, Alana, ready?
We are ready, Kyle. Let's do this.
Do it. Let's PD party it up.
Okay, so first question on your screen is going to be a question we've kind of already asked you, but we know that not everyone got a chance to answer it. And so we just want to know where you're from. And this is us also showing a draw question. In case you've never seen a draw question on Quizizz, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a really nice interactive way. So you can put a circle, put a dot, put a star, smiley face, whatever you want. But we're always just curious to see where folks are from. Actually, I'll pause this for now, then we'll go back to it. So we'll do this view. So I can see on my end that a bunch of people have already answered, which is great. And this is my favorite part of the draw question. I still got to show you this. And again, maybe it makes sense for now. It also kind of creates this little heat map. So like if I want to see where Thomas is from, or Mad Boy, or Eric is from, I can easily see individual responses there. But then it also kind of produces this, which is, again, probably a little messy for a 150-person webinar, but it does kind of show us that, like, we're pretty strong on the East Coast, and the West Coast maybe is still kind of teaching or getting out. And we have a couple people across the pond, which is awesome. So thank you for joining us from all over the country and beyond. And we're going to ask you just one more question. So we're going to end this now. Beautiful. Second question. Right now you are, again, maybe on summer break, probably. Amanda made this question. I think it's my favorite question in this webinar, just because of the gift you chose, Amanda. Really made me smile every time I look at this. What is your summer vibe right now? And again, you can pick more than one, because I looked at this and I was like, oh, I feel like I kind of got a couple right now. And so this is a poll question you're seeing right now, which is amazing, again, as a teacher, to see, like, where people are at, how they're feeling right now. We have some people on vacation, lots of busy. I know, isn't that like, even school's over, I just feel like the busyness is always there. Well, this makes me even more grateful that you're here with us today to hang out with us for 45 minutes and talk Quizizz, knowing that you all are very busy with school or beyond, and you're still here hanging out with us. So thank you very much for hanging out with us. So without further ado, we know your vibe, we know where you're from. I think it's time that we do this thing. So like I said, our goal for this it is summary. So we don't want to get crazy into the weeds or anything like that. We just want to show you some of the most amazing things that we have been so excited about over the last few months. And so Felisa, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the part where I'm lucky enough to hand it over to you.
That is right, Kyle. And so we can get ready to plan in seconds and not weekends. Everyone, let's go. Let's do this. It is all about Quizizz AI these past few months in Quizizz. So we want to be able to support you, and we're going to keep it moving, because I know some of you are ready to start this vacation. But with Quizizz, you all, and Quizizz AI specifically, we know that Quizizz is a teaching platform, but with AI, it allows us to take what we do in Quizizz to the next level, because we can create those awesome quizzes. They're relevant and fun and engaging for all of our students. They become inclusive. We can create engaging, rigorous activities in a matter of minutes. Let's plan in seconds. You spend your weekend vacationing, barbecuing. We can turn PDFs, YouTube videos, websites, you all, into a quiz. You can digitize your curriculum so that you don't have to have those static worksheets. How about that? And then you can do reading passages with a topic, let AI generate it. Your AI teaching assistant is at work, and there is data for everything you create. And we're going to keep it moving. Over the next few slides, we're going to talk about the top 5 ways that you can use Quizizz AI to create resources. So you want to do this for back to school. Number 1, we're going to take the Quizizz AI Chrome extension, you all, and we're going to turn any website into a quiz. It doesn't matter which educational websites you use. We have a link here if you want to click those. You can just see how works, watch the GIF, depending on which team you're on, it doesn't matter. But we're going to turn those awesome educational websites into a quiz on the spot. Number 2,
Hold on, please.
we are going,
Hold on,
let's
please.
see.
It's hard for me not to jump in here because I feel like this is like truly the number one. I feel like again, I got to stop for a second. So this is like so insane, right? Like literally any website, like from your experience and all the teachers you talk to all the time, like, is there something in particular that you find resonates with a lot of teachers as far as like, okay, this is amazing. I can literally be anywhere and just click a button and all of a sudden it turns it into a quiz. Like, have you found?
Yes. So
certain
what I
uses?
found, the teachers, they love really turn it into a comprehension question, because you have 2 choices, but that comprehension question brings that article into the quiz, so students can refer back to that article or that digital content. So I feel like that is a built-in scaffold for students. Who doesn't love that?
All right, thanks. All right, now we can keep going. I'm ready now. Thanks.
All right, number 2, we can digitize our curriculum, you all. Any of our resources, whether we have a worksheet, look at this. We can turn a static worksheet or analog worksheet, however you want, into a digital quiz and Quizizz. Whether you're using a PowerPoint, you can turn any of your instructional resources into a quiz. So this is an awesome way for us to digitize that curriculum, bring it into Quizizz, saving us time. If you don't have a picture of a textbook, or if you don't have a worksheet, take a picture of it in the app, upload the image, turn it into a quiz. When I say game changer, I know we could just end right here because Quizizz AI is so amazing. But Kyle, let's go on to number 3.
Can I say one last thing? And I promise, please, I'm going to stop jumping.
Kyle, I know it's exciting.
I know, even though I obviously see this every day, you say this, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I get re-excited every time it's talked about. And like, I want to make sure people like didn't just like pass over what you just said. Like you said, you can literally take your phone, take a picture of anything, right? And then it'll turn it into a quiz. I don't know if you all know John Neal. He like loves to do this at like random spots. Like he'll be at like a pub and he'll take a picture of the menu and like, let's make a quiz out of this, or like a sign at like a stadium and let's take a picture. Like it's just like, I don't know. It's so incredible. Okay, now for real, I will really let you do your thing and I will
No,
stop.
Kyle, I love it. Please keep chiming in. All right, you all, number 3. Let's see, what are we doing? We can create quizzes from any website. We talked about that. But if you want to paste that URL into Quizizz as you're creating it, it will turn your Nat Geo article, and that's one of my go-tos. I love Nat Geo, and turn it into an article for my students. We can, once it's turned into an article, you all, we can also use Quizizz AI to enhance it so that we can customize it for our students, so that we're meeting the needs of all of our students. We're not leaving anyone behind. Imagine how long it would take you to try to do all of this. Number 4, our PDFs. We can also turn PDFs into either a multi-part comprehension quiz or a standalone multiple choice quiz. So you have the option. You are in the driver's seat when it comes to Quizizz AI. The teacher is in total control. And then number 5, the slide decks. You all, we can upload our slide decks. We can do any of that, have it turn those into multi-part comprehensions with the slides embedded. Or if we want the standalone questions, we can have that as well. You get the best of both worlds. And finally, and Kyle, I think this is my favorite one right now, the Quizizz lesson extension. I just did 2 sessions this morning, and I showed them this, and they were blown away. If you have Google Slides, you can now use those Google Slides, add in this extension, and now you can turn this into an interactive lesson. You can create a quiz, but when I say you, I mean your AI teaching assistant. So we're going to take advantage of that teaching assistant to do all of this work for you. And with that, I want to know, what do you think about Quizizz AI? When I say I've been excited all year. So what are your thoughts? This is one of our open-ended questions or open response questions.
So Felisa, are you saying out of all the 5 or the 5.5 there, that is the new add-on the thing that you're most excited about right now?
Really what I'm most excited about now, Kyle, is when you paste the topic and now have the option to tag some standards. But then on top, if that wasn't enough, then I can choose the DOK level. Do you know how long it would have taken me to do all of this? When I say I love Quizizz AI, it is changing lives.
Can you say that standards part again? Because that was just released, what, like 2 days ago, like after we
2
even
days
registered?
ago.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
just
so
released
when you
check, so
come
like,
into
yeah.
Quizizz and you go to post a topic, or you can just type in a topic, you get the option now, you all, if you want to tag your state standards to the quiz questions, or if you want to identify different DOK levels, you can select the DOK levels. And then once again, your Quizizz AI teaching assistant is hard at work and will create a quiz that has various DOK levels with those standards tagged, and it is saving you time. So you can get ready to go to that cookout after this PD session.
Did we check out what people are pumped about?
Let's see what they're saying.
All right.
So I see. Amazing, amazing. I'm seeing all this. I love it. It's going to be amazing and awesome. That's all I'm seeing. And I totally agree. It is amazing. It is awesome. And it gives you, you can plan in seconds, you all, and not your whole weekend. And with that, I am going to, I think I'm tagging Alana.
You are going to tag a lot, and I'm going to answer this question because this comes up all the time. And yes, it is 100% free to use all the AI. It's just so amazing. So, Felisa, thank you so much again in the chat. Definitely give Felisa some love, some thank yous, and then I will pass it on to Alana. Oh, I'm not going to pass it on to you, Alana, because we have our first giveaway already. All right, so I'm going to put this link again in the chat. If you have not joined the lesson, make sure you join, because we are going to do our first giveaway. So this is for our swag shop, which, let me show you our swag shop here real quick, because I'm sharing my screen here. It's just so amazing. If you've never seen it, again, I know it just sounds like it shouldn't be exciting, but I think that we have like the best swag shop out there. There's all these different designs. Our designer is incredible. You can get shirts, you can pick long sleeve, short sleeve, whatever you want. There's all these really, really amazing designs out there. So we are going to spin the wheel, which is an amazing part of Quizizz lessons. And Amanda, if you don't mind just writing down who our winner is so we can make sure that we get them their gift card. All right.
Will do.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Our first winner of our gift card to pick out whatever you'd like from our shop is Caitlin, Sonia, amazing. All right, so Sonia, and since your last name is not there, that's totally fine. So Sonia, if you just want to even send a direct message to Amanda with your email, we'll make sure that we get you all set up. And let's do this one more time. Oh, I'm
And
sorry.
Kyle, while you're spinning the wheel, I want to read something from the chat, because when I say this is an awesome shout out, this is Mariana. She says, blows my mind every time. My teachers are in love with it, talking about Quizizz AI. And we have saved hours of time. It would be awesome if you all generated a you saved blank hours of planning time feature. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yep, I love that.
That would be cool.
Thank you. So, all right, before I spin the wheel one more time, I forgot to mention this. So like I said, we're going to pick some winners from social too. And I know not everyone's on Twitter, and that's totally fine there. But if you are, we basically wrote an entire tweet for you. It has Alana and myself and Felisa all tagged in, so you don't have to worry about that. And it just basically says that, you're attending a webinar and hopefully learning some cool things. So we're going to pick one person from there as well at the end of the webinar who shares on social. Again, it takes you 5 seconds less to click, tweet, and again, you can always modify it if you want. So that'll be there for you as well. But for those who do not want to do that or are not on Twitter X, that is totally fine. That's why we're spinning the wheel. And so our second winner, looks like it was going to be Lester, but maybe not. Trish, K Miles, congratulations. Same thing. If you don't mind messaging Amanda directly, she'll get you all set up there. All right, now Alana, now it's your turn. Are you ready?
I am so ready, and that was so fantastic. Like, Felisa, I am pumped up after listening to you talk about Quizizz AI. Like, I can do that all day. I need to start going back in there and using it even more because it is just so amazing. So fantastic. This is definitely a hard one to follow, but I'm going to be sharing with you guys what is Quizizz, and it is so much more than Quizizz. So beyond, just regular quizzes that you can make on Quizizz, I'm going to be sharing with you all the other things that you can do. So I'm super excited. Next slide, please, Kyle.
We're going to ask them their first question of how many they even use, right?
Yes. So we want to know, guys, like currently, how many of the 4 main ways do you already use Quizizz? Or do you use assessments? Do you use lessons, passages, interactive video? We want to know what you're already using.
And no judgment. If you're only using one or two, like it's totally fine. That's the entire point of this. I think before this webinar, a lot of people probably only thought we did just the one, right? Just the assessments and then obviously lessons because we're doing that now, but these are the new ones.
Exactly. So you're going to see a whole lot more. It's going to be awesome.
So I always like to play the guessing game, right? So assessments is probably the most popular. I can say that. What do you think second place is going to be when we show the results?
Ooh, okay, that's a good question. I think it's going to be lessons. What do you think?
I'm gonna guess interactive video. Lessons has been around longer, but interactive video is getting a lot of buzz right now.
I'm seeing a lot of lessons in the chat though.
Oh yes, you win. Lessons it is.
No
I
way.
wasn't too far off though.
Okay, yeah, we did good. Oh my gosh, guys, passages is so low. I'm hoping to change that by the end of this, because it's one of my favorites. Kyle knows that. But all right, so we're talking about that Quizizz is more than just quizzes. So there's so many ways to assess with Quizizz. So first off, you can assess every grade level, every subject, and we have 18 fantastic question types. So on the next slide, I'm actually going to show you all the different question types, but we're not ready for that yet, Kyle. I apologize. Let's go back. All right, so we'll get into all that good stuff, but before we even get there, I'm just going to give you a brief little overview on all the other things that we can do too. So besides just quizzes, you can do really any kind of assessment on Quizizz. So you could do formative assessments, right? You could do homework, you could do reviews, independent practice. So don't just think you can only use Quizizz for a quiz, but you could do all of these other assessments on there, both formative and summative assessments. As you saw on the poll, we also have lessons, and I can't believe I was right about that being the second most popular feature. I'm really happy about that. But you can also create lessons on Quizizz, which is really awesome, and they are interactive and engaging. If anybody here is a Quizizz game changer, the entire thing is a Quizizz lesson, so you're probably already familiar with it. Also, with our lessons, as Felisa was showing, we do have that extension. So you could go ahead and make your Google Slides lessons right within your Google slide, which is fantastic. And I love how like easily accessible it is. We also have passages, which I am a former literacy teacher and coach. So I'm super biased here, guys. This is like one of my favorite things ever because I would spend so much time trying to find a passage on a particular topic on the correct grade level and aligning with that particular skill, right? That students need to practice with. So I love that I could just enter the topic that I want the passage to be on, pick the grade level, pick the skill, and not only will I get a passage, but I'll also get comprehension questions. So it saves me so much time. And then last but not least, we have our interactive videos, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about those two in the next couple of slides. So now I'm ready. Kyle, I had a lot to say. All right, so as promised, we have these lovely 18 different question types. So beyond multiple choice, we've got fill in the blank, we've got those interactive videos, open-ended, drawing. I love the drawing so much, and this could also be used for a brain break, so that's awesome. We've got polls, we've got video responses, audio responses, word cloud, match, drag and drop. I mean, the list goes on. And what I love about this is that you could pick the question types that really align with your content and what is best for your content, and also what you know is going to be best for your students, right? Because teachers know best. So we just want to give you a lot of options. Also, these 18 question types are really great because they could also prep students for some of those like standardized tests that are done electronically. And I know that sometimes these can mirror those standardized tests as well. So lots of different question types. If you're only using a couple of them, I 100% encourage you to try out all 18 because I think you're going to love them and that your students will love them too. Oh, wait, actually, let's go back there for a second. Kyle, what's your favorite question type?
Hotspot, without a doubt.
Oh, wow, that was like really quick. All right, I like a hotspot too. What about you, Felisa?
I love the draw question type, although I can't draw, I just still love that to let students demonstrate what they know.
I agree. I can't draw either, but I like to see when other people can do it. Amanda, do you have a favorite?
I'm with you on the reading passages, being like kind of the new set that I would run with as a former ELA teacher myself. I'm actually jealous of, I wish I could go back to the classroom and use it again.
Right? Me
Yeah.
too. That's my girl. Knew I could count on you. Okay, and as I mentioned before, I wanted to show you a little bit more about our interactive video questions. So these are fantastic because you could take a video, which sometimes could be, you know, a passive viewing experience, and you can make it an active learning experience. So if you see with the GIF we have on the left-hand side, it's the video, and we got all those different questions where the video will literally stop when it's time to ask the first question, when it's time to ask the second question. And what I really love about this is because as a teacher, I would like stand in front of my computer and pause a video at certain points to make sure that my students were picking up on what I wanted them to pick up on, right? I would always try to be like gauging their understanding as we used a video and to make sure that they were comprehending everything that I wanted them to. So the fact that I don't have to stand at my computer anymore is amazing, right? I could focus on really monitoring student learning and helping my students out in the classroom. So our interactive video is great because it increases student understanding, and it's excellent for those flipped classrooms, self-paced learning, and of course, independent practice.
Moving on, next slide.
Moving on, I'm running a marathon here and I'm almost done. Okay, guys, this is my favorite. So this is just a little bit, wait, I love that. Perfect for a Taylor Swift video. I agree, Brian. I'm gonna try that after this. But yeah, so this is a little bit of a view of our passages for the students. So go ahead and click on that for me, please, Kyle. And you guys are now going to see, so the passage shows up on the left-hand side, and then the students get all the comprehension questions on the right-hand side. So again, as both I and Amanda were saying, this is fantastic for saving teachers time, and not only is it for literacy, but this could be used in history, it could be used in health, it could be used in science, really any subject where we're trying to get students to comprehend any sort of passage. So definitely try out these things if you have not already. And I hope that you now know that Quizizz is so much more than Quizizz.
Can I just pop in something that I love about our passages? Again, and I don't love them as much as, I mean, I love them, but like not fanatic like you are.
Fanatic? I think you mean fantastic.
I love the fact that you can embed the multimedia stuff in there too. Like I love the fact that you can put a video mixed right in the passage and the audio in there. And I also love the fact that it's not just multiple choice questions that go along with it. So I think those are like my couple things that I personally love about them.
I totally agree, Kyle, and I love that we're agreeing. This is beautiful.
Okay, let's do this here.
All right, guys, so now we want to know, what are you going to try out of all those things that I just showed you? Quizizz is so much more than Quizizz. What do you think you're going to use next year with your students?
Okay, so same question, Alana. We know what they did use. This question is, what are they going to use more of potentially? I feel like you obviously have persuaded them in a certain way, which is fine.
Do you think I did? Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Be honest. Be honest. Yeah, Patricia.
But I'm seeing some interactive videos in the chat as well. I'm seeing both passages and interactive videos. So Alana, I think you may have had some persuasive influence.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. The passion just like comes through.
And I'm going to put that link again in the chat just for those who maybe are joining a little bit late. You're obviously welcome to participate in the chat, but just so you can obviously hop in the lesson too. All right, Alana, let's see.
Let's see.
Is passages the winner? Did you win?
I don't know.
Oh!
You know what, guys? I'm so glad though, because I don't want to persuade you. Own your opinions and thoughts, and interactive videos are excellent, but passages are second, so my heart's happy.
I love the interactive video. I mean, I love it all. Cool. All right. Thank you, Alana. Thank you, participants, for again playing along with us here. Oh, it's my turn now. Okay, cool. Now I get to share what I'm most passionate about in just a few minutes here. So this has been out, I don't know, Felisa, how long has this been out now? Maybe 3 months? It feels like it just
about 3 months.
And so I will say, without going to a whole like long story, like I left I was a teacher for 16 years and trying to figure out my career, my journey. And when I joined Quizizz, like there's so many things that, I made me really want to come to Quizizz. But this was the one thing I said, I was like, we're amazing. I was like, but like, we don't have this thing yet. And now we do. And it just makes me so happy. And just what that thing is, in case you haven't seen this, again, I'll show you all the things and show you a video, all that kind of stuff. But like, if it's so hard as a teacher to truly like meet the needs of all students, right? It's one of the sentences we say all the time, like meet the needs of all students. But how do you do that? It's so hard. And this helps us get like one step closer to actually being able to do that, which is like, again, makes my heart so happy. So I actually put together this video. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hit next on the slide, and it's a 45-second video, and it's gonna be better than me talking because it has like the screenshots and it shows you the things. And again, video me is gonna be better than this me. So I'm gonna hit next, and then on your screen, you all can just hit the play button and just watch it for 45 seconds. And I'll put a timer on so I don't interrupt you, and then I'll come back and elaborate. But we're gonna go just 45 seconds. It's gonna be easier if you just watch it on your own with this. All right, so check out this video, hit play. I'll stop talking for a minute. All right, so my timer, it's so hard for me to be quiet. Oh my gosh. This is like when I did a flipped classroom and when I was a teacher, like the students would be watching the video me, it'd be really hard for me not to like interrupt them and talk to them. As Felisa knows all too well, by interrupting. Cool, so hopefully you saw it, you got to see the power of it. And again, now I put the link in the chat, you can always watch it later on if you need to. The only thing I'll say is that video, that screenshots were maybe like a month old, which in Quizizz time means like ancient because so much has happened in the world of Quizizz in a month. So that's why I just made this for you all yesterday too, to really show you what the new accommodations are. So that one maybe showed you a dozen, and now we're up to at least 20, and there's more coming on there. So this GIF is going on kind of repeat here. And you can see the Desmos part, the new Desmos integration is just like, again, if you're a math teacher, everyone loves Desmos. They're just so good. Anyway, there's so many amazing things here for students. And I know I don't need to tell you like, oh, here's why accommodations are great. But like, I think as an educator, you know why they're great. So like, like at your heartstrings, you're going to help meet the needs of all students. But of course, there is a compliance piece, and there's things that we have to do as educators and IEPs and things like that. So it does make that world a little bit easier for everyone. And I'm such a UDL fan too, so it really helps with that and just truly meeting students' needs. And what I love is like, this is the beginning of accommodations. Like we are still at like phase 1, like we've launched it. And now like when I tell you the team is constantly talking to teachers and like, what else, how else can we support? Like, what else can we do? So it is still like, I can't wait to see 6 months from now, like what accommodations are and what we're doing. So this is what we're doing right now. And then this is a kind of a list of some things that are up and things that are coming, or at least on our list. So some of these, again, you already saw, but there's just some different things that are also hopefully coming out soon enough. And with the goal, of course, of meeting all the needs. And so I'm also now going to show you something cool about lessons that like I always like forget about. And again, Felisa and Alana, I don't know if you all use this or not. So this is called whiteboard in lessons. And it's that like, hey, in the moment, like I'm going to ask you to, this is not a question, this is a slide, but this is a really cool teaching moment of Quizizz. If in the moment you're like, huh, I wonder, audience members, like what is the one here out of this list of 25 that you'd be most excited about? But shoot, I didn't put a question in there. This is where whiteboard comes in. Watch this magic. Okay, so if I hit live whiteboard, and I can draw on it if I want. So if I want to say like speech to text is exciting for me, cool. But if I hit this little toggle, now on your screens, participants, I've just turned any old slide into an interactive draw question. So right now, take a second, underline 1 or 2, or put a star next to anything at all that you find of those that you think is like, okay, this is like really cool. It would really help my students in particular. Again, or not, if you don't feel like, sharing something personal about, what would be helpful for your students, but it's always really cool to see. And again, I really want to show you this whiteboard feature. It's just such an easy in the moment way that as an educator, you can do this. Cool. And again, I can go and see that Jessica is really pumped about dyslexia font and read aloud. Eric likes the extra time, multiple attempts, and so on and so forth. So there's a whole lot of really, really amazing stuff coming out there. So I am gonna end this now. Cool. So thank you again for just playing along with me here. And oh my goodness, like we're almost at the end of the webinar already. I was like, oh my, like we're like I saw the next slide is like getting ready for like kind of our final giveaway and some questions and so on and so forth. So that was my like at the end of my section, like just checking in accommodations. But I feel like I really want to know more. Like if you have any thoughts about accommodations, like reactions, I didn't put a question in. So by all means, pop it in the chat as far as like any thoughts, questions.
Oh, Kyle, they have some thoughts on accommodations. When I say they are saying they are fire. And then I'm just loving some of these other ones. Neelan says, are you kidding me right now? Accommodations is fire, fire, fire. And then I'm just getting a kick out of these accommodations. They are just so, accommodations are definitely a game changer. So just loving the love for accommodations. Since you guys have thought of everything, love it. So loving this feedback.
Love that. And we'll definitely pass it on to the team because again, our team is incredible and always listening and we'll keep on thinking of more, but thank you for popping that in there. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kind of wrap things up. We've done AI, we've done more than quizzes, we've done a little bit of accommodations. And so we are going to do a couple more giveaways. And then what'll happen after that is we'll give you an opportunity to get a PD certificate and give us a little bit of feedback about our webinar on this form. And then we'll stick around for any kind of questions and answer that you all have.
Kyle,
So-
a handful of folks had a question about the tweet template. Is that embedded at the end here?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna pop that in there one more
Yeah.
time.
So anybody who was asking about that, I was trying to keep up with that in the chat and everybody was looking for it. So it'll be there, guys. Keep an
Thank
eye
you.
out.
Good stuff. Yeah, I meant to put that in the chat, but yeah, it'll be there in a couple slides. So don't worry again. And thank you all for spreading that love and letting people know what's going on in quizzes. We always appreciate that. And so watch this, right? This is like, again, as a teacher, you always want to sneak in those little teachable moments. So this is me telling you about the Stanleys that people are pumped about, but I'm also showing you how you can embed a website into a Quizizz lesson. And again, if you're a Wakelet fan, and who's not a Wakelet fan, we love our integration with Wakelet. So like right now on your screen, you don't even need me to scroll down. You can scroll and see all the people who are really pumped about giveaways. This Matt Miller one was like, it was so wild to see how many people, again, I love it. And so we've only probably given out at this point, like less than 15, maybe a dozen of these Stanleys. So this is, we don't have a stockpile in some closet somewhere. This is like a limited sort of thing. So anyway, so this is, we're going to spin the wheel once for the gift card, and we'll spin the wheel for the Stanley. Again, and you can tweet along the way too. But again, if you're a Wakelet fan, it's just such a nice little integration. All right, so for those folks that I left hanging high and dry in the chat, this is that link once again to tweet to enter. It's for the gift cards, not for the Stanley. Sorry, only we want to make sure that every single person who is part of the list and has an opportunity to be part of that. But definitely still enter. Again, tweet it out. We'll pick someone to give a gift card for the shirt. Shall we? Let's do this. All right. So we're gonna spin the wheel. This is for the shirt gift card first, then the Stanley. And the Stanley has the Quizizz purple, but you can choose a different color if it makes you happy. All right, here we go. This is for our final shirt giveaway in this lesson. Is it Gwen? Is it Priscilla? Is that Priscilla from Jersey? Could be. Mike B. All right, Mike B. Same thing. Make sure you hit up the chat. Tell Amanda your email so we can make sure that we get you that. Alana, Felisa, Amanda, should we do this for the Stanley? I feel like I need like a really slow wheel to really build up the hype.
That's the Brian Briggs said, spin that wheel, spin that wheel, spin that wheel.
It's basically saying, Kyle, stop talking. Kyle, stop talking.
And Mike, you don't forget to message me so I have your first last name email. Thanks.
All right. Here we go. And don't go anywhere after this. We're going to give you one last thing, which is a chance to get your certificate. And we always want to hear your feedback. Again, so we can make sure we keep doing this thing better and better for every single time we do this. All right, here we go. The Stanley spin the wheel giveaway of 2024. Let's make it really dramatic. Here we go. And sorry, Mike B, you can't win again. That would be messed up. Oh, is it Brian? But there's so many, could be multiple Brians. All right. Hopefully there's only one Rachel. If not, hit up, if you are Rachel, hit up Amanda, and it happens to be more than one Rachel, then we'll have to, do our own little random spin a wheel and make sure that one of y'all gets it. But congratulations, Rachel, on your Stanley. And again, if you still want a shirt, please do make sure you tweet. And then again, showing you the amazingness of Quizizz lessons. We've embedded a Google form right into a Quizizz lesson, which is another amazing app smash and how we talk nicely with Google. So this should hopefully take you, no, it's just 3 questions. Which if you give us your email and your name, you'll get a certificate that'll let you know you attended this webinar, and then any feedback at all for Alana, Amanda, and Felisa and I, just to make sure that we keep on doing this thing right. And then we did a pretty good job, Amanda, sticking to our 45-minute window. I think we, again, by the time people wrap this up, and then we'll stick around and answer any questions in the chat that you have. So for those who are leaving after you fill out this form, thank you for hanging out. Have an amazing, amazing summer. We hope that you learned something new about Quizizz today. Alana, Felisa, any final farewell words?
Just enjoy your summer. I know everyone has worked so hard this school year, so just relax, pour into yourself, and then come back. You know, Quizizz has your back when you come back.
Absolutely, totally agree. Thank you guys so much for coming and spending your time with us, and we hope you have a wonderful summer. You deserve it. Teachers deserve the world.
Thank you all. And again, Alana and I will actually be at ISTE for anyone who's going to be at ISTE. So if you are here and happen to be at ISTE, do come by, say hello, and then have a wonderful time. All right, so Amanda, if you don't mind just kind of shouting out any questions from the chat, and then Felisa
Yeah.
and Alana and I can handle them.
Yes, they are coming quickly. So I just quickly answered a couple. They were regarding, and I'm just going to say these out loud because I think a lot of people are going to have similar questions. They were a few regarding standards, Tennessee, Virginia. These are in Quizizz. We have state standards for even English language learners. So like in any standards that you don't see in there, all you have to do is email our team and we will get them uploaded in. That's support@quizizz.com. You can also add them to the teacher wish list. I dropped that link in the chat earlier, but that's on our website as well. So like anything that you don't see on Quizizz, you can pretty much get it. And that's for standards. So anything even like that specific, like I was saying, the WIDA standards for English language learners. So every state that you would need a standard for is in there, is in the system. Hopefully that answers the handful of standards questions, but let me know if I missed anybody for that. Couple other questions regarding if this recording is going to be posted. We will email you as a follow-up and include a link to that. So no worries on that. A couple payment questions. And those I don't want to like go out on blast and like talk, talk numbers and talk shop here. But I'll try to like individually message those folks. We can also use for math. That was Maggie asking. I'm not sure what you were referencing. You said we can also use this for math, correct? And I'm not sure what that was. So feel free to hit us up in the chat about that one. And those were all the private Q&As. As far as the webinar chat, you guys see any on there that you want to address?
Oh, I haven't been looking, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
So we get the survey in the chat as well. I think some people are having a hard time accessing.
Oh, sure. So look at me just
Thanks,
leaving.
Kyle.
Link for the form. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Sorry, team.
Oh, Maggie said, we spoke a lot on ELA. Is this program also good for math? Uh-oh, Alana, I guess we were too loud here.
Guys, I'm so sorry. Yes, it's
So
excellent.
former science teacher Kyle, I'm sure he'd be great to reference that. And Felisa, you taught, is it elementary or
High school social studies, so it's really
high
great for all the content areas. I just did a session for world languages teachers and they loved it. So whatever content you teach, Quizizz can support that content. So math, I think that was Maggie. Absolutely, it's amazing for math as well.
Somebody asked for the swag shop, so I'll pop that there in case you feel like buying yourself. I mean, it's really, really good swag. All right, what else we have in the chat there, Amanda?
I'm just reconciling some of the Q&As, like the private Q&As. Somebody had actually said that the Tennessee standards were the old standards.
Good to know.
Interesting. So yeah, we can get those updated, Rachel. Thank you.
I'm seeing someone put a question, are there training links available? So I'm going to just put the link to our Game Changer program that Alana and I run in our community. It's the best way to really like keep up to date with all things Quizizz. We update it once a month, so it's incredibly updated. So it takes like 20 minutes. I would say it's the best way to like truly learn about quizzes in 20 minutes. What else we got? All right, Amanda, are you monitoring? You want me to just pick a question or?
Yes, sorry. I just finished reconciling all the private. Oh no, there's more. You know, the private like Q&A?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they keep coming in there. So you hold the chat and I'm gonna get those.
You got it.
Lots
All
of
right,
questions, lots of questions.
I'll rapid fire through what people are asking. Link to certificate. As soon as you fill out the form, you'll get an email from Amanda, usually within 2 minutes, that directly gives you the certificate and everything you need on there. Sorry for folks asking about the survey there. I know that we missed you on that one. All right, let's make sure to, again, if we missed your question, please do like stay, pop it in there again, just because we don't want to make sure, if you're sticking around and you will have a question, we want to make sure that we answer it for you. Maureen, you're saying, is there a way to stay organized? I don't know that you mean like in the Quizizz platform, as far as like different folders and things like that, or you just mean us as we're just trying to scramble around and answer all the questions. But yeah, in the Quizizz platform, there are plenty different folders and so on and so forth. You're welcome.
A great way to stay organized would be creating a collection, which is the Quizizz version of a folder. That's one way. Of course, you can collaborate and organize by your team as well, creating a team. So someone asked a question about the question types. So I just put a link to the Help Center article on question types. So you feel free to look at that.
So Wendy, I'm going to put up this in the chat too, as people are just asking for resources. These are really good. So we have a couple of things here that are almost like very subject specific. You can kind of see that are like a link that is kind of like what I've done is I've gone through like other math teachers, science teachers, and picked out some of the best questions they've done, put a video together. So I'll pop that in the chat for everyone here as well. This in case you just want, like, again, like a 5-minute crash course specific on your subject area. This will hopefully give you a little bit more insight into that. You're welcome, Wendy. Wendy, I'll see you at ISTIA. Milan too. Milan will be at the Quizizz booth. Oh man, I love seeing all these folks. All right,
Hi.
team. Should we wrap it up?
Question. Can I ask one from Catherine Crane? She says, do you have access to the impromptu whiteboard results after you end the Quizizz session? That's a no, right? You have access to draw questions, but not whiteboard? Like to the responses?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's just kind of on the fly sort of stuff. Yeah, I don't think so.
Catherine, whiteboard's like a quick formative check, like without the data that comes with. So it's just kind of a snapshot moment. But if you wanted to have a repository of those responses, you would use a draw question.
Yeah, that's a good call. All right, I don't see new questions coming in at this point. Again, if we missed something, please do put in there before we wrap this up. And thank you, Maggie. I mean, we're lucky enough. This is very, very easy to talk about. That's all the product team making amazing things. We just get to hang out with you all. All right, shall we say our final goodbyes, team? All right, thank you all again. Again, any questions? I'm Kyle at Quizizz.com, Alana at Quizizz.com, Amanda at Quizizz, Felisa at Quizizz. Like anything that we didn't get to, just hit us up and we'll make sure that we get you the answer that you need. But thank you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful summer, and we'll see you later.